Hey, this is Eric Connors with Piano Unstuck, and you probably recognized that short phrase from the song My Favorite Things. And today I'm breaking down a section in an arrangement by Stephen Hough of this piece that contains way more notes than I just played. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's about 8 bars of music, and I don't know, I played 20 some notes. But it's about 3 times as many notes what he wrote, and slowly it's going to sound like this. So that's the section. With the pedal, it would sound something like this at that tempo. So my goal in producing this video is to show you how I would break down, because it's technically a difficult section and I've been working on it. And the goal is to show you how I would break it down, and then to show you how I would work on that with a student. The goal in fast music like this, the goal is to use coordinated movements of the hand and the arm to bring the fingers as close to the keys as possible so that I can play them. And when we play a note, we're playing the note, we're not actually striking the key. We're playing the note to the point where the hammer strikes the string, which is about 3/8 of an inch down. So really all that's necessary to play a note is that, right? But when we're playing fast music, we tend to overplay, and so it's like we're striking the note, and it's like running into a brick wall. Garrick Olson says this. He refers to what he calls a relaxation response, so that when a note is played, immediately the hand is relaxed with just enough weight to hold the key down, if the key even needs to be held down at all. So every one of those notes that I played, as soon as you play the note at the point of contact, the hand has to be completely relaxed. Dorothy Taubman said that when we play the notes, they need to feel like butter. And like I said, when we're playing fast music, oftentimes it feels like we're running into hard objects, and we have to minimize the playing mechanisms so that our hands just keep moving and it feels fluid and it feels right. So here are the motions I'm going to talk about in this section, and I'll put the music at the top of the video. All right, the first thing is rotation, or thinking about the arm coming down. So in this section, in the right hand, which is mostly what I'm going to talk about, everything is rotating left. So the hand is rotating from left, or from right to left. So if I do that and I make it obvious and big, it would be. So it's left, 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 left. So that's way too big. That's way too big, but that's what's happening, and it's minimized. Another thing that helps me to think about is just that the hand is coming down. So I'm coming down, 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 down. And I didn't make that leap. All right, the second thing, in and out motions. So, and you can see that I've marked the score with the little blue arrows. The thumb is shorter than the 5th finger, right? So theoretically, I'm going to have to come slightly in for the thumb. So if you just take a big picture of this, I'm out, and I have to come in for the thumb, and then out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. Now, it's not that big, but there is a slight movement in for every time the thumb plays. But aside from just coming in for the thumb, if you look at measure 56, and if you look at just a bigger picture of what the hand is doing as far as out and in, the first beat of the measure I'm coming in, but the second beat I have to come way out because I can't play those two white notes of the second beat up inside the key. So I'm out and then in, and now I'm stuck. I'm stuck up here, so I have to come out for the, let's see, measure 57. I'm out again, and now I've got black notes, so I have to reach in for the second beat. And then I'm going to come way out because I got white notes here. I come in for the thumb on measure 57, and now I have to come way out. Hand moves out. In. So there are different degrees of out and in, but if that's not right, if I haven't analyzed that in a difficult section like this, a more advanced section, I'll never be able to play it, and I can practice it 4,000 times. And if I'm not using my hand and my arm to guide the fingers to the right places, it's just not, I'm never going to be able to get it up to speed. And then the third thing here is shaping, and shaping is the height of the hand, and it has to do with linear motions that have a curve to them, so curvilinear motions. So I have these marked. In measure 56, you see the first, it's in black ink here, and it's, the hand comes up, if you'll notice, starting at the second beat of measure 56. I'm starting down, and the hand slightly comes up. Now it's at the highest point, and now it's at the lowest point. So there's a curve there. And the wrist slightly comes up, and again, it's positioning my hand so that the notes feel right. The second, and that's called an overshape. The second one you see in measure 57, starting on the thumb of the end of the first beat. I'm coming up, and I start coming down. And it's groups of notes, and if you follow the Taubman technique, they're going to say if there are 7 notes, then the highest point of the hand would be in the middle, which would be the 4th note. So you can really analyze it, like get down to very specifics, but feel right. So those are the motions. Now, how do you practice that? Now I'm trying to get it up to speed, and I have to minimize these motions, make them small, because I don't have time to make large motions. So my first suggestion to you, and something to think about, once you have all this stuff analyzed, I know a lot of us were taught to practice without the use of the pedal, and there are definitely times to do that. But once you have all the pieces together, in a piece like this, the pedal does make a difference, and it does affect the letting go of the notes. So I'm finding that practicing with the pedal allows me to let go of notes that I need to let go of that the pedal is going to help with. So use the pedal. The second thing I'm going to look at is analyzing the leaps. So there's a leap in measure 56 from right there. So I'm going to practice that. I'm going to rehearse that, because once I get past that leap, that's going to give me a group to practice. So, I can do that. There's another leap in measure 57 between the first and second beat from here. And I rotate the hand away from the note, and I'm just moving the arm to the position. And if you miss, it's because you tried to play it before you got there. So get there first, then play. So working out the leaps, groupings. So I can't think about 4,000 notes and playing. Obviously, you're going to play the 4,000 notes, but it's much easier to find groupings of notes that I can feel like it's one gesture. So here's my groupings, and I have them marked in the music with a yellow box, because these just feel right to me. Once I get past this leap and I'm here, these all sort of fit in the hand in a group. There's one group. Now I know I have a longer one, but now I'm going to add to that. So I made the group longer. So once I make the leap, well, then I'm good. And I'm shaping, I'm doing the in and out, I'm doing the rotating, I'm staying very close. You'll see another group, the second yellow box. So in the measure 56, 57, 58, I have a leap. And once I'm there, here's a group. So finding groups, and I'm not discussing every possible group that you could find, and there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer. It's what seems to fit together and feel good in the hands. The last step, no, the second to the last step, hands working together. By hands working together is sometimes it's helpful to find where the right hand and the left hand coordinate, because it's a motor memory sort of device. When the hands are working together, your body just sort of feels that. The red boxes is where I feel a spot where if I can feel the thumbs together of the right hand and the left hand rotating towards each other, it feels very secure. So in measure 56, you see the red box. Both thumbs play there. There's another one. So basically every time the left hand plays with the right hand, those are points where I feel the interdependence of the hands. Here's one. Here's another one. Here's another one. So finding where the hands work together and feeling very securely about when they play together. The last thing I will talk about is practicing half to three-quarter speed. Even practicing without a metronome I find is helpful, because I can slow down and speed up to make sure my hands are in the right spot instead of forcing the tempo. It has to feel right. Something like this. Speed up there because it starts to feel good. So I'll do that again, maybe a little faster. All right, I'm going to try to get a little faster. I'm going to try to think about the groupings and staying very close to the keys and staying relaxed. So that wasn't very clean. It felt sort of relaxed, but I missed notes. So three-quarter speed I'm not ready for, so maybe I'm going to slow it down again. What I felt differently that time was staying close to the bottom of the key hands, but letting gravity sort of throw my hands from note to note. So I'm going to try that again. All right, I'm going to try it closer to full speed. Okay, here's something that helps me. Coming down on that leap, coming down to the point of contact, making the arm come lower. That felt right to me. In 3/4 speed, if I feel the meter of the piece, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, instead of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it feels much better and it doesn't sound so notey. So let's try that. So that made a big difference. And that's another form of grouping. Okay, we talked about groupings where there's a section that feels it fits the hand well, but another kind of grouping is feeling the meter. And the meter is independent of the leaps. It's just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that section's feeling a little bit better. It's not 100% yet, but those are just some techniques I would use to analyze the mechanics of the playing and then to put those things together in such a way where I'm minimizing the motions and bringing it up to speed. Now here's a little bit of what the piece sounds like from the top. Just a short clip, but this is a work in progress.